Aloha fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at Voyager class Starscream from the Transformer Shattered Glass line from Hasbro. And this is just a repaint of Siege Starscream done in a very Jetfire-esque color scheme, which I really like. I think he looks really cool. And I'm very happy to finally be getting some more heroic Decepticons in this line because it's been very Autobot heavy so far. I'm pretty sure the only other Decepticon is Megatron. I think they did say at some point they're getting to Soundwave. I think he's coming down the line. We'll have to wait and see. But since this line is all repaints, I feel like they should be churning them out pretty much as fast as possible, but surprisingly that's not what's happening. But very excited for this one. Packaging looks great. I love the color scheme that they've gone here with the packaging. Actually have a decent amount of plastic window here, which is surprising because they're kind of getting away from that. But you have this really cool artwork of Starscream over here on the side. Just again, more artwork of Starscream on this side, and again, more Starscream. It's Starscream all the time. Up here we have some more plastic and it just has the logo. Not too much going on down the bottom. And then over here we just have a pic of the robot mode and the vehicle mode. And like I said, it is based off the Siege. I kind of wish it was Earthrise Starscream, so we were getting the jet mode instead of the Cybertronian Tetrajet. But it is what it is. I guess it makes sense considering Shattered Glass is taking place mostly on Cybertron, so I get it. You have a little bio over here, very tiny, if you'd like to go ahead and read that. But yeah, otherwise, pretty cool packaging. I'm going to go ahead and get him out of the box here, and we'll take a closer look. So here is Starscream out of the packaging, and he looks good. It's a really nice repaint. Definitely very Jetfire inspired. I mean, the mold is nothing new. You've seen this mold 100 times. We've seen it as the Seekers, the Rainmakers, Hot Link, Red Wing, probably some others I'm missing. So nothing new on the mold, but it is a very nice repaint. You do actually get these two new swords, which are pretty cool. So as you can see, he can dual wield them, or if you would like, you can put them together to form one sword. So if we take this one out and we just hook this onto the other one. And I do like how they made the handle of one longer than the other, because when you put them together, the two handles would be right next to each other and there's no way the fist could get on either one of them. So you have to kind of put this in and it'll naturally stop right there. Or if you want, you could kind of bring it around this way, but either way, it's going to stop around the same spot. But he can use it as one large sword, or he can dual wield the two smaller swords. I kind of like the dual wielding of the two smaller swords myself, but I do like that you have the large sword option, because that really does look pretty cool too. And I'm pretty sure this is brand new. I don't think this is a reuse from any other figure. I think they actually made this new for this mold, kind of like the wing pieces for Megatron. So that's always nice. And it is a really nice sword. You have the translucent blue plastic here. You can see that this part is painted kind of this like maroonish red. They kind of had to cake it on to make sure that it got over the translucent plastic. But overall, it looks good. And like I said, I appreciate the forethought to have the one larger handle, because otherwise he wouldn't be able to use it as one large sword. So I appreciate that. Gonna put that off to the side. And we'll get into the figure. Like I said, it's really nothing new, but I'll go through articulation real quick. You have kind of a limited ball joint here in the head. Certainly you can look side to side, no problem. You can even tilt side to side a little bit, and you can tilt up and down a little bit, but not a ton. You have a swivel and a hinge here in the shoulder. You also have a little bit of a butterfly joint because of the transformation, but you can utilize it as posability. Now he comes with these two guns that I just have here mounted on his arms. You can have him hold them as weapons if you'd like, but because that's kind of how they, Starscream always has the arm-mounted cannon, so that's why I pegged them in here. You do have the bicep swivel. You have double-jointed elbows, so you can get a nice range of motion there. You do have this kind of piece comes out, but that should stay in like so, and you should get a wrist swivel. You do have a swivel at the waist, which is going to be utilized for transformation. You have movement here in the hip, as well as a hinge out to the side. You have a thigh swivel, like so. You have, I would say, a little over 90 degrees in the knee. And then in the ankle, you have some tilt side to side. You have a little bit of movement front to back, but really not much. And then the individual feet pieces can move really more for the transformation than anything, but you can utilize them for posability if you would like. And I think he has a little stand piece here, so if you wanted to have a, kind of have him floating in midair or something like that, you could put a stand there to utilize that. So it's a really nice repaint, honestly. Like, I've been really enjoying the repaints for Shattered Glass. I'm hoping the line isn't stalling because we haven't really heard anything past Jetfire. I think I heard somewhere that they were going to do Soundwave, but again, I don't know if that was confirmed or not. But I mean, I've been reading the Shattered Glass comic, and there are so many fun repaints in that I just want them to go crazy. I mean, Blaster looks good, Prowl looks good, Jazz, Thundercracker, and Skywarp. There's so many good repaints in that comic that I just want them to keep this line going. And to me, it seems like, why would Hasbro stop? It's a slam dunk. It's just repaints of toys they've already done. So it should be fairly easy for them. Maybe throw in a couple new accessories every once in a while just to add a little bit to the pot and make us want to buy these again, and I'll be a happy guy. So in any case, really nice mold, really nice repaint. Let's go ahead and get into the transformation quick. Alright, so I'm going to go through the transformation very quickly because, again, we've seen this mold 100 times. I've gone ahead and removed the shoulder cannons. We can start by coming over to the forearms here, folding these open. We're going to fold the fists inside, kind of straighten out the arm, and then we're going to kind of bend this on that double jointed elbow so we can collapse it. We're going to come over here and do the exact same thing. Fold that in, collapse that down, close that up. Then we can come and fold down the feet. They will kind of collapse in as well. We are going to rock the entire backpack section back so that it unclips, which can be a little easier said than done. You can see these giant tabs here were pegged into those spots right there. You want to take this section up here and peg this into the back of the head, and that's so that the head doesn't move around a lot. Then you can kind of rock this back. We're going to swing these pieces all the way down. They are going to peg into each other down here. And then this just kind of hangs back here for a minute. We're going to rotate the head back. It'll go about that far and kind of stop. Now we can rotate at the waist 180 degrees. We are going to lift up this chest section here, and that's just going to kind of come up here. Not really going to peg in anywhere yet, just kind of hang out there for a second. Straighten out the legs. We are going to push the back of the legs in, and that way we can bring this up and around. You can see that there's a large tab here, which is going to tab into these two spots here on the back of the crotch. And so that's just going to go right there. And then that folds in nice. We're going to bring this around. We're going to use that butterfly joint to kind of come down a little bit. The two tabs there on the forearm, we're going to tab into these two tabs here on the leg. And that will kind of snap in very nicely. You're basically just kind of curling him into a ball when you think about it, really. That's going to peg in there. Okay, so we are about good on that. This is going to kind of come forward and rest like this. These will come down, and then this little tab will fold under here. And then there are some tabs, where are they? Right here, which are going to tab in here on the other side of the forearm. So this kind of comes down, clips under there. And then this will clip into place there. So this comes down, clips here. This should clip into the forearm. Just line it up. There we go. That's all clipped in. You can see at this point we're pretty much done. This section, which I will say this was mistransformed in the box. This was down like this, which is correct for the vehicle mode. But for the robot mode, it is supposed to be up like this. This will come down and clip into place there, and then this will come up and pop into place here, which I don't think that did that all the way. There we go. And there you go. We have the Tetrajet. Looks pretty cool. Again, we've seen it before, but this is a very nice color scheme for this. You can store all of the weapons here, so we can put these back into the shoulders. And then we can take the sword pieces and split them apart. And if you'd like to peg them into the actual wing pieces here, you can do that like so. And there you go. You have all of the weapons stored underneath. So again, it's a mold we've seen quite a few times, so the transformation should be pretty ingrained at this point if you've had all the other releases. But it is still a pretty good little playing mode here, and I do really, really like the color scheme. I think Shattered Glass Starscream is pretty great. It's a fantastic repaint. It has those really nice new sword accessories, which I really like. I love that he can dual wield them, but he also has the one giant sword option as well. I mean, yes, it's the Siege Seeker mold again, and we have seen it plenty of times, but I think it makes sense for the narrative that they're going for because this is all happening on Cybertron. Yes, personally, I wish it was the Earthrise mode just because I prefer that alt mode to this one, but it still is a really, really good toy. I like it a lot. Oh, and I forgot to mention, it does come with a comic book. I should probably zoom out here so I can actually show you this comic book. It's just kind of a fun alternate cover if you buy them from Hasbro Pulse. So this is the number 3 issue with the kind of, you can see it says RE for retail exclusive variant. You probably read this already. I mean, if you're like me, you've already read, I think, the entire thing. I'm not 100% sure. I've read at least 5 issues. I don't remember if it ended at 5 issues because it's been a minute since I've read them. But my point is, the rate that Hasbro Pulse is actually getting these out to us, you've probably already read the normal variant issue. And so I'm just going to leave mine sealed just for collectors' sake. But they're still nice to be included. But in any case, I definitely recommend picking this guy up. Like I said, we need more heroic Decepticons in this line. It's been very Autobot heavy. Apparently, even when they're the villains, we're still going Autobot heavy on these toy lines. But I really like this repaint, and I think it's definitely worth picking up. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.